Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Trek Online. In the last episode, we were sent to investigate the Tzenkethi's recent use of protomatter bombs on populated worlds, decimating their entire populations. With the help of the LSS Reskava of the Lukari and the IKS core of the Klingon Empire, we discovered that the Tzenkethi are targeting worlds with a type of crystal present. We know next to nothing about the crystals or why the Tzenkethi are targeting them, and while the Lukari were investigating for more protomatter use, they discovered a Class M planet in the Gonkra Nebula that they believe is inhabited by Lukari, a lost tribe of them. However, the probe was destroyed shortly after it arrived, and the Lukari are requesting backup to make first contact with them. And we, being in the area, have been sent. Let's get into it.
I'm reading a group of starships out there. They're armed, shielded, and combat capable. Let's hope they're not hostile as well. As the ranking officer here, I believe you should be the first to initiate contact.
Very well, Captain. Tavrel, open a hailing frequency. This is Captain Bloober Ninja of the Federation starship Agamemnon and the LSS Reskava of the Lukari. We come in peace. Please respond. No response. Tavrel thinks that the nebula might be causing interference. Tavrel, do some scans. Let's confirm that. Compensating for nebula conditions. Retransmitting our message and still no response. Hail the Reskava.
Curious. Perhaps they might respond more favorably to a familiar face. May I open a channel?
Well, considering how they responded to the probe that was sent, they may be somewhat isolationist, so it is worth a shot, Captain. Proceed.
Unidentified vessels. This is Captain Kumar K. of the LSS Reskava. I extend cordial greetings in the interest of establishing peaceful contact between us.
Still no response. Is the Universal Translator online?
I'm not certain. Wait. They're locking weapons!
Oh, for God's sake, shields up! Red alert!
I don't understand. The Reskava did nothing to provoke this attack.
Unidentified vessels, cease your hostility or we will return fire. Well, we've given them warning. Coalesce, fire! Evasive maneuvers. Fire all weapons. Right, they don't seem to be particularly heavily armed or well shielded. We've disabled the first one. Target the next. Aft torpedoes, fire. Fire aft weapons.
Alien vessels. This is Prime Minister Tulaman of the Kantari Union. I've ordered our forces to cease hostilities and ask you to do the same.
Kantari? This is Captain Bloober Ninja of the United Federation of Planets. Explain yourself, Prime Minister. What you have done could be interpreted as an act of war.
There's been a grave misunderstanding. It is customary for us to discuss such grievances in person. Will you accept my invitation to parley?
Yes, we most certainly will. Send us meeting coordinates and we'll beam down. They may not have beaming because the Lukari don't. And we will make our way to your position.
The Kantari. They survived. Somehow they managed to survive the devastation of Kenta and make it here. Incredible. Historically, Kantari were quick to distrust and attack. It would seem that hasn't changed. We should be cautious. Despite that, I am ready to transport when you are.
Well, by all means, Captain. Conditions down there look absolutely dismal at the coordinates they've sent. I believe that your Lukari physiology should be able to withstand it, but well, my crew will have to use EV suits to prevent certain diseases and conditions. We'll beam down once we've made preparations, Captain.
By the 14 sacred trees of Lukar. The Kentari destroyed one world with their toxic ways, and it seems they're well on their way to destroy another. Unbelievable. This Prime Minister has much to answer for. Where is she, by the way? And why are we meeting on the street?
I was wondering that myself. I believe these are the coordinates they sent. Perhaps there was some sort of error. Tyrell reports from the Agamemnon that we're receiving a message from the Kentari. Apparently, there was indeed a minor error in the coordinates they provided, resulting in our current situation. Tyrell says they are transmitting updated coordinates for the Kentari Capitol building to us now. And she's asking if they should beam us there. Negative, Tyrell. By the look of things, it's not too far from here. We'll go on foot.
That Kentari on the street looks quite ill.
Indeed. Christ, Dr. Dahlberg, you're with me. I'm scanning. Dahlberg reports he's reading extreme levels of toxins in the Kentari's lungs. Without treatment, he will be dead in months. Well, it seems that he's already starting to succumb. Good God.
Reading high levels of toxic chemical emissions in the area.
Good God, you'd think that they'd have learned from what they did to their previous world. Good God. That person's got an EV suit. It seems that everyone else here who doesn't have one has respirators. Thasia says she'd like to take a closer look at that vent, if I don't mind. Of course, anything that can help us learn more about these people. I see it. I wonder what it's discharging.
They still use unregulated exhaust systems? Unbelievable.
I think we've found where the pollution's coming from. Good Lord.
How peculiar. The doors here have built-in filtration systems.
Thasia reports she's never seen a door designed like the ones here. She wants to check it out, of course. Scanning. Dahlbeck says that the toxin filters built into the door are substandard at best. I can't say I'm surprised.
What's that machine off to the side? Some sort of miniature store?
Oh, I believe all Earth had some of these. I believe they dispense some type of food. Hold on, the image doesn't look like food. Oh my God! This person just collapsed! Christ! I'm scanning what the hell this thing is dispensing.
It's full of breathing aids. People poison the air here and charge others to withstand it.
Good God!
Does that fluid look off to you?
The guy standing on top of levitating on top of the pipe does. Anyway, let's not ask too many questions, we might get mugged. Dr. Dahlbeck says the drain pipe is leaking acidic fluids with high levels of pollutants. We've got EV suits, but Captain, you may want to avoid it. Oh. Christ. The EV suits have protected us, and the Captain seems unharmed. Let's keep going. God, the coughing. Bloody hell, they've got respirators too. By the filtration systems on the doors, I'd say the respirators are probably substandard as well.
I've never seen this level of suffering.
It's an unfortunate reality on many worlds outside of the Federation. But I must say, I've never seen it this bad either. Usually, when species reach warp capability, they've taken care of all of these problems. Apparently not all of them.
Oh, They pile their refuse in the streets. It's barbaric.
Agreed. Scanning.
There are still heat signatures on this junk. It was placed here recently.
Kill the Lukari and her alien lackey!
What the hell? Weapons ready! Defend ourselves! Protect Captain Komake! Christ! Seems the captain brought a weapon as well. Oh. We're clear! What the hell was that? They said they singled out Captain Kumarke as a Lukari. The captain mentioned that there was some friction between the Kentari and the Lukari before they left. It's what caused them to leave. It resulted in a civil war. Could that still be going on? They can't have seen Lukari in generations.
I see hatred for Lukari still burns in the hearts of some Kentari, along with violent xenophobia. Hopefully their leadership is of a more diplomatic nature.
Agreed. Let's keep moving. Alright, for God's sake. Agamemnon, give me a small explosive charge. I need to get rid of this barricade somehow. They must have set it up deliberately. Right, the fires actually seem to be dying on their own due to the high levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. I'm glad Cole has brought a rifle again, as he usually does. We seem to have needed it. Oh, I see a console here that may be of interest. Looks like a news broadcast.
The Capitol building is a short distance from here.
Give us a moment, Captain. I think this could be of interest to you.
The lunar colony is providing just enough food to support the Kentari population at current consumption levels. The government has launched a new farm labor program aimed at increasing food production and adding new jobs. The program is expected to launch prior to the beginning of the next crop cycle on the colony.
Good lord, it seems that the pollution isn't the only thing it's struggling with.
The structural integrity of several housing blocks has been called into question by independent analysts. Ministers at the building authority deny any cause for concern as tower extension projects aimed at elevating the blocks above the smog level have commenced. The smog sickness epidemic is on the rise. If you find a citizen collapsed on the street, call the nearest medical station. When you purchase breathers, make sure you provide for your children before you provide for yourselves. We must secure the future. Gitnan Rune, number 41 of the South Capitol Steelbenders, received an award from the Office of the Prime Minister for charitable service yesterday. After the team's victory over the North Capitol Forgers, Rune celebrated by purchasing gold-bay breathers for each fan in the stadium.
Oh god, their version of charity is their basic necessities for living. Let's keep moving. I read any more of that and I might collapse myself.
Even here, the poor huddle in misery.
Right outside the Capitol building. Good lord. Interesting artwork. That's one positive from this visit.
What? Another attack?
Oh, for God's sake! Fire!
You shouldn't have come here, Lukari. Now you're gonna die!
Bloody hell, more Lucaris! More Lucari friction! Christ, Thasia set up a quantum grenade mortar. Sorry, stun grenade mortar, obviously, because we're not killing these people. Christ, in the smoke.
Is that the last of them? Let's go inside. The Kentari have some explaining to do.
Indeed they do. Not only did they attack us in orbit, they attacked us on the ground as well. Right then, weapons away before we go inside. We're about to meet the Prime Minister. Looks like a turbo lift.
Well, this place is a far cry from the smog and squalor we just left, isn't it?
Agreed. We left our EV suits in the lift, in their compact form. We'll don them again once we go down. The air in here seems to be breathable, of course, because it's the Capitol building. Oh, the privileged. There's the Prime Minister. Greetings, Prime Minister. I am Captain Bloober Ninja of the Federation starship Agamemnon. This is Captain Kumarke of the Lukari vessel Reskava.
Welcome to New Kentar. I must apologize for the unfortunate incidents that have taken place. You have arrived during a period of social unrest for our people.
That would explain the repeated attacks.
I'm afraid so. The decline of our world has split the Kentari into two factions. The reformists, like myself, who wish to gradually change our way of life for the better, and the traditionalists, who cling tightly to the old ways and all of the destruction that comes with them. The Kentari who attacked you were traditionalist soldiers. They see you, and especially the Lukari, as a threat to their existence.
What danger could we or the Lukari possibly pose to your people?
It's simple. Your kind are well-armed aliens from an advanced culture. To the Trads, you're hostile invaders. And the Lukari? Dangerous anarchists from our distant past, long thought exiled, now returned. And more dangerous than ever. The troubling part is they may be right. About all of you.
Oh, for God's sake, such xenophobia is hardly warranted, Minister.
Minister Pentaro is in charge of planetary security. It's his job to evaluate all potential threats, foreign and domestic. The idea of working with aliens, with Lukari, will be controversial. That said, our situation is deteriorating. I'm willing to open a dialogue with outside parties.
Such a dialogue will be monitored, however, in the interest of planetary security.
Your suspicion is misplaced, Minister. We had nothing to do with all this.
You're not wrong, Captain. And we realize the need to do something about it. The privileged few are safe above the pollution, but they live on borrowed time. Ecosystems across the planet are failing. We can no longer afford to...
Prime Minister, do you think it's prudent to discuss such matters with these outsiders?
We're receiving a report from the Agamemnon. Flores reports that Tzenkethi warships are on fast approach to the moon of the planet. Kentari forces are moving to intercept, but they're heavily outgunned. Good God, Agamemnon, go to Red Alert. Prime Minister, we will do what we can to help. We've dealt with them before.
Curious. One band of aliens arrives with words of peace, while another arrives bearing the swords of war. How convenient. Coincidence? Or a cunning ruse to weaken our defenses and lower our guard?
The Tzenkethi are hardly our allies. We've gone to war with them on several occasions, as you will soon see.
I believe you. Our moon is home to our agricultural sites and thousands of Kentari workers. Your help protecting it will be welcomed by my government. The sooner you can begin, the better.
I agree, Prime Minister. Bloober Ninja to Agamemnon, this is the away team. Beam us up immediately and set an intercept course. Flores reports that the Kentari have moved to engage the Tzenkethi forces, but they won't last long without us, especially against the Tzenkethi flagship. Helm, take us in, all hands to battle stations, coalesce load torpedoes, charge phasers.
Saving their ships might build some trust with the Kentari.
Agreed, but our priority is protecting that moon and preventing the bloody Tzenkethi from using their protomatter weapon. God, we could lose thousands of lives. Right, target the nearest vessel, fire! Coalesce, launch the aero shuttle, we need all the help we can get, lock them in a tractor beam. Fire quantum torpedoes. Right, that's one down.
You fight well. We're glad you're with us.
Seems we're already building some trust with their military at the very least. Right, looks like another cruiser over there. Full impulse. Lock phasers, fire all weapons. Their structural integrity is down to 21%. Coalesce finish them off with a spread of quantum torpedoes.
Fight on! For the Union! For the Kentari!
I'm reading concentrations of the crystals targeted by the Tzenkethi on the Kentari moon, along with numerous Tzenkethi life signs and several protomatter signals. We'd better hurry. They may be preparing to detonate more bombs.
Agreed, Captain. Let's get to the moon and stop them.
Get to the moon and stop those bombs, now!
That's what I said. Bloody hell, they seem to be rubbish at flying.
Read it.
Get in front of them, that's where their shields are weakest. Coalesce, fire!
Increase power to weapons! Hit it with everything you've got!
Bloody hell, they're turning to avoid us, but removing them into the fire of the other vessels, this is going well. Their structural integrity is down to 85%. Their forward shields are almost down. Fire a tachyon beam and a spread of torpedoes. Their structural integrity is down to 76%. They're turning away from us. Get us back in front of them, Hal.
More of this!
Bloody hell, we better do this quickly. Their structural integrity is down to 69%. Get them in another tractor beam. Fire! Aft weapons. Fire! Fire! Their structural integrity is down to 15%. Keep fighting. We're firing a tachyon beam to weaken their shields.
We're too late. They're running away.
We detected some sort of intense energy detonation on the moon. We're reading 0 life signs there. No one. They're all gone. What did they do to us? What has happened?
It was a protomatter bomb. It eradicates all organic matter. I'm sorry, Prime Minister.
All is not lost, Minister. While we can't bring back the Kentari who were killed, we can help you restore your moon's food production capabilities in short order.
Really?
A likely story. For all we know, this is the precursor to invasion. These aliens have destroyed our food and weakened our military, Prime Minister. They mean to conquer us.
That's ridiculous. We just risked our lives to protect you.
Calm yourself, Pentaro, and remember who is Prime Minister here. Captain Kumarke, I accept your proposal, provided there's full oversight from the Ministry of Defense at every stage of the operation. You'll understand our need for such security measures, I'm sure.
I won't let you down, Prime Minister. Have your observation team meet mine on the moon at these coordinates. We'll begin as soon as we're able.
We'll be on Overwatch in case the Tzenkethi return. We did a lot of damage to that flagship. They may want revenge. God, the Reskava's taken damage. That didn't take long. Flores reports Tzenkethi warships inbound, weapons hot.
Alliance vessels, your interference ends here. Now!
Oh, for God's sake, target that frigate. Coalesce fire. Their forward shields are down. They're losing structural integrity. That's one frigate down. Target the next. Aft weapons, fire. The aero shuttle's assisting us. If they really wanted our interference to end there, they would have sent something larger than frigates.
The protomatter emitters are in place. The matrix is stable and primed for effect. Let me know when you want me to initiate the restoration procedure.
Well, I had no idea you were even able to do this, and using protomatter as well, but by all means, Captain, if you're certain.
Protomatter matrix is stable. We're ready to begin. Initiating primary restoration sequence now.
Something is wrong. Everything just stopped. Why? I don't understand. I checked the settings myself. That moon should be covered with crops by now. I could use some assistance down there. Please join me at the worksite.
Certainly, Captain. I'll join you with my away team.
Alright, let's begin by configuring the flow regulators at each of the transmission arrays. I'll observe the flow rates while you make the adjustments.
Understood. We'll adjust each of the transmitters. Right, all of you with me. Let's make the necessary adjustments. That's one down. And number 3.
Curious. Someone made adjustments to the transmitters that could cause a detonation similar to a protomatter bomb. But whoever did it wasn't familiar with Lukari tech. We have safeguards to prevent such a thing, so instead of blowing up, it just didn't work. I hate to say it, but I believe one of the Kentari observers made those adjustments.
You'd best be certain before making an accusation like that, Captain. Wait, can you hear that?
Attacking us is unwise.
Oh, Christ,
Very
incoming!
unwise.
Protect Captain Kumake! Fire! Fire!
Attacking us is unwise. Very unwise.
Right, Captain's almost done.
Oh, protomatter secured. We're safe.
Not from them!
Those were traditionalists. I suspect one of their operatives was behind the sabotage here as well. I've locked out access to everyone but you and me. We can make things right without any interference once we return to our ships.
Very well, Captain. Good work.
All systems are online. We're ready to go. Initiating restoration process now.
Protomatter matrix deployed. Everything's in the green. We did it!
It worked. Our sensors are showing a stable protomatter matrix in the formation of crops at all production sites. We owe you a profound debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Need I point out that it was a Lukari who made this happen? No thanks to the traditionalists.
Their actions have shamed us all, but they will not get away with it, I assure you. Minister Pentaro is looking into it personally. He has sent some ships to escort you back to New Kentar.
We see them. They're at battle stations. They've got weapons charged. They're locking phasers.
Alien vessels, surrender or be destroyed!
Oh, for God's sake, Cole, let's fire to disable. Lock phasers, fire. Right, that's one. God, how could they possibly think that they could match us for firepower? Aft torpedoes, fire! Hold fire, they're disabled.
You forced my hand. You and your pathetic Lukari bootlicker. It's time to end this. I will make New Kentar safe once more. Safe from you and the rest of the alien filth in the galaxy.
I will have you know that my Starfleet issue boots are perfectly hygienic to lick. But stand down before more people get hurt, Minister. Final warning.
Exile was too good for the Lukari. We should have wiped you out.
Not everyone in the Defense Force is loyal to Pentaro.
Oh my god, they are sending a lot of ships after us, but we've got allies. Target that frigate, Collis, fire to disable. Fire! Right, that's one. Target that cruiser, fire. Aft torpedoes, now. God, a few minutes ago we were fighting alongside these people. Right in the middle of them, we're taking a lot of fire. Aft shields are falling. Right, hard to starboard. Bloody hell, we're taking damage. We've got plasma leaks all over the hull. Auxiliary bound shields. Get us out of here. We'll regroup, regenerate the shields, and then rejoin the fight. Hard about. Target that torpedo. Right, their dreadnought has been disabled. Target that frigate, fire. We're firing a sprint of quantum torpedoes. And that's another ship disabled. Target the last. Right, almost disabled. Almost there.
I've suspected Pentaro was a traditionalist for some time. But I thought he placed the people before his personal beliefs. He was wrong. His madness nearly killed us all. And for what? Pride, hate, and fear. I wish to formally apologize, and thank all of you in person. Under the circumstances, we should meet on one of your vessels. The Reskava, if you're agreeable.
This is a momentous occasion. I'm glad you're here to share it with us. Diplomacy is part of a captain's job, as you know. I hope I'm up for the challenge. Welcome to the Reskava, Prime Minister. I look forward to working together.
Thank you, Captain. Most kind of you after all that's happened. We almost lost everything today. Instead, we can begin to build a better future, thanks to you. There will be resistance from people like Pentaro, but we must continue to look ahead. To that end, we hope to work together with you and your allies.
I'm happy to hear it. Kentari and Lukari have lived apart far too long. We've recently begun to explore beyond our world. Perhaps we can do so together.
Perhaps. We've got a lot of work to do before then, however.
Indeed we do.
Well then, let's get started, shall we?
I believe we just left the Lukari and the Kentari at the first step to reunification, and I'm glad that we could take a break for our investigation to do it. However, I am troubled by the Tzenkethi's continued belligerence with the use of their protomatter weapons. I hope to God that it doesn't turn into full-blown war.